it's Chloe and Rose Say the Victor. Well, how's everybody doing today? Amazing, I hope. Here is another video from your older than average YouTuber here on the YouTubes. Today we have been lucky enough to be lent again some more Glamlite, and we're going to be playing with the big Scooby Doo from the second launch of the Scooby Doo X Glamlite and the blusher palette. So if you want to see some swatches, see how this palette performs, and some multiple looks, you're in the right place. And you know what you need to do? You need to keep on watching. All right, let's do swatches. So we're going to do the first row. So they're all numbered. So this would be shade number 1. Ooh, that is pretty. I think I'm gonna need to do a look with that. This is shade number 2, shade number 3, shade number 4, and shade, need a finger, number 5. So that is your first row. So we've got 1 to 5, so let's do a 6 to 10. There is another beautiful shimmery green shade. Here is a matte shade. This is more of like a pastel-y green, so let's do a second swipe. This is the third shade, another beautiful shimmer. Then we've got number 9, and then we have the 10th shade. I didn't go a good swatch. Let's do, there we go. So here is the first 2 rows of the palette. This is really nice. All right, let's go to the next 2 rows. Okay, we're gonna do the third row. This is number 11. So that is there, a beautiful purpley shimmer. Here is number 12. And then we've got number 13 and number 14 and number 15. So this is a nice purpley row. So they've got a nice color theme going per row. All right, so now we're gonna go in the 4th row in the palette. We're gonna start with shade 16. That shade there, and the next one, shade 17, and we've got, this one's really pretty, shade 18, we've got shade 19, and then shade 20. So that is beautiful. Okay, 1 more row to go. And since I always like to do big swatches, I've run out of room. So let's go to this part of our arm. So we've done the first 20. So let's go to shade 21, like so. This one is very pretty, almost more like a topper shade. Here is shade number 22. This is pastel-y, so let's give it another swatch. There we go. That was 21, 22. So here is shade 23. Ooh, this one is very pretty. 23. And then let's go at 24. Oh, this one shifts a nice blue to purple. And there's 24. And then the last shade in here is a matte. And there we go, shade 25. So this is the first 2 rows, so the first 10 shades. This is 15 to 20, and this is 21 to 25 of this beautiful color story here. Okay, on to the look. Well, that was a lot of swatches. Okay, now it's time for our eye look with the Scooby Doo 25 shade color palette. Show that lithograph off again. Pretty cool. And then of course we will also be playing with the little blush duo palette here as well, because you know I like me an orange blush and that one screams to me. So today because these are some very nice bright colors in here. Well, a few midtones as well, but some nice bright colors in there. I think I'm going to do a yellow and an orange look today. I did a blue and, well, a mostly blue look the other day, and I've done some other ones recently. So just to start the video off, let's do something a little bit different. So yeah, we're gonna play with the oranges and the yellows in this palette. And because they're gonna be the brighter shades, I'm just going to use my little P. Louise dupe here in white, and because it's, you know, put a nice brighter base on the first shade. This is going to be a multi, oh, and I think I probably still got some eyelash glue from some little gem thingies that I put on my eyes for my last look, but there we go. The glue sometimes seems to take days to go away. So yeah, so we want to do a nice bright look using those shades, and since this is going to be a multi-look palette, so we can just basically give some justice to a 25 shade palette. If I just do one look, I mean, I can't put 25 shades on my eyeballs. So not too much with the Scooby Doo facts this time around. I mean, if you want me to sing Scooby Dooby Doo, where are you? We could do that. But okay, so there are no names for these, thank goodness, but they do have a number chart in here. So we are going to go with shade 19, and that is that orange there. And we're going to, I'm going to put that plastic out of the way. We're going to go and pop that on, oh, that's a bit too big of a brush. We're going to go and pop that on the outer edge. I just can't make up my mind which brush I want to use. So this is the orange shade. We want to darken it some more. I may put a little bit of the, there's only like one neutral shade in here, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, look at that. Nice and orange. And then let's wing it out. When in doubt, wing it out. Do love me an orange eye. So we're going to do that right on the outside there. Yeah, so again, look like we've got some good quality going on here. Sometimes with oranges, they don't go on as bright as I like them to, but this one is definitely looking like it's matching the color in the pan, which is good. So no disappointment there. And just because I just swatched doesn't mean that I'm going to remember how 25 shades swatched. But here we go. And then probably, as always, I'll just use a wet sponge to probably shape it up a little bit more wingy, but I like to place the color down, and since I don't have a base down yet, I can put a little extra and then, you know, have the ability to clean this off without wrecking any makeup to get like the shape that I like a little bit better. But so I can go a little bit more to make it a little bit less. That makes sense. There we go. We've got shade, was that shade 19 we had going? Alrighty, so next up we are going to, take, like I said, an orange and yellow. So that was 19, so we're going to take shade 17. And that's that one there. And we're going to use for mattes, I definitely could have used another orange or a yellow for this look, but there's enough shimmers that I think, yeah, who doesn't like a good mustard yellow? There we go. I'm going to grab a little bit more of the orange and pack that more in on the outside, blending it into the yellow a little bit. So, and then on the bottom, I think I'm going to just use that full green shade. So that was shade 17. So we're just going to go and use that along the bottom. It's going to be a pretty quick look. Like I said, I'm going to try and do at least 3 looks for this video, if not 4. So I don't want to make them too long, just so you can get an idea of what kind of color stories you can do with this palette, how they work on the eyes, you know, the huge. And then same thing, I will probably clean up on the bottom a little bit. Like I said, the joy of not doing your base first, though it's always my reaction to do base first, but we go. Eye primer that I have along the top here. Okay, yeah, that's better. All right, so now let's look at some shimmers. I remember to bring a spray. How good am I? Okay, so we've got different ones here. So we've got this shade here, number 15. No, 16. So that was 17 we used. There's 18, looks really nice. We actually have kind of two neutrals. We have this neutral shimmer and then a bronze. So you can do, if you were taking this palette somewhere and you needed to do one quick one and done neutral look, you do have that. But then you can do nice green looks, yellow, orange, purple, blue. Yeah, this is a really good palette. You've got a lot of choice going on there. I think let's use shade 18 on the outer edge, and then we'll use 15 along the inner maybe, and see how that looks going on top of our shades there. So here's the first one. Oh, this is a nice putty formula, so be careful. You don't want to dig yourself a hole in here. I stopped myself. I'm like, ooh, that putty. All right. And that's kind of formula that I like. And then we're going to do that along the outer edge here. That goes over the orange part nicely. And then of course some eyeliner and stuff will definitely finish out this look here. And I can just kind of show you. It's a very putty formula, so you have to be very careful, or you could easily dig yourself a little hole there, which you don't want to do. You want these to last as long as you can. That's a pretty little shimmer. And then we're going to do the other one. Oh, I've just been using this one brush here. So then we're going to use number 16. I really can't wait to dig into. I think I might want to do a turquoisey type blue look next. I think that might be the next one on our plans. But I just have a little time to shoot right now and just thought. So that is with a brush and a little spray. Let's add a little bit on with our finger just to see how that goes, and then we can really look at the color. So there we go, and then just put that over top there. Blending it a little bit into the darker one we used. And then a little bit of that darker one. It's gonna go like so. There we go. And then for inner corner, let's put a green. Let's do it, because I really want to try these. This is the kind of the colors I want to do this and these maybe next time, but I'm going to put that into the inner corner. Why not? Oh, this type of brush can really dig in, so I don't want to do that. I like this brush, I think, for that. I think I'm going to get a different one. Okay, so I'm gonna go clean this up, put on my base, some other things, and then we will play with this blush. So we'll be back in a second. Okay, so I just cleaned up along the edges, added some black liner and mascara, and of course did my base. And now it's time to play with the Scooby Doo blush palette, and then these are these two shades in here. So it's a very pinky shade and then kind of corally shade. So I think because we're doing with the yellows and the oranges, let's play with that corally shade. So I'm just going to take one of my favorite blush brushes. We're just going to go and give it a nice tap tap. Ooh, that puts on lots of color. So let's be careful. Oh yeah, let's just start blending right away. Oh yeah, that is very coral. It's pretty though. On the nose. And then I have a little bit of my highlighter from Queen Herbie's collection that I got in my ice cream box for July. And there we go. And then on the lips, I just have a peach shade from the Besame Lucille Ball collection. And then let's just see if I can get this to, just want to make sure I got the, kind of like the right shape on my cheeks. And there we go. Oh, I need to get my hair done again soon. Okay. I might a little bit of crazy on the nose. It's gonna look like I have a little bit of a burnt nose, but that's okay. So we will know for the next color that, yeah, even a light tappa gives you a lot of color payoff. I basically did 2 cheeks with just a slight extra tint on top. So alrighty, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go take a powder and then just balance that out a little bit, and then we'll come and then we'll have one more quick look and then we'll go on to the next. Okay, that's a little bit better. Hey, I look a little less sunburned. I just popped on a little powder, gave it a little spray, and there we are. So that was our first look in the Scooby Doo Glamlite the Big palette, the 25 shade palette, and a play with the blush, the Velma and Daphne blush. Okay, so we're ready for a second look? All right, let's go. Okay, so we're ready for our second look. I've already primed my eyes, again using my little P. Louise dupe, since it's getting old, might as well use it. Alrighty, so yesterday we played with the few orangey and kind of yellowy shades. I mean, this could be almost a green, I guess. It's very grungy yellow and orange. So I think today I'm going to play with some of these colors here. Yes, I think what I want to do is do these 3 here, and then maybe this shade here for inner corner, because it was nice and kind of, yeah, bright. But when I swatched it, it almost had like a toppery feel, so I want to see what that looks like in the inner corner. I may, because I want to do the whole, I want to do this whole row as a look as well. If I do a 4th row, then I will do all purples. But I think, yeah, I'm going to do those 3 colors, and maybe even I might do a little bit of this dark blue on the outer edge to start. Yeah, so I think I'm going to do that as the darkest shade, go into this one, that one, and then use that as a topper. I think that is the plan, but we'll see how it looks like on our eye. So first, like I said, we're going to go into that darker shade, and that would be shade 5, 10, 15, 20, shade 22. No, 25. Darkest one is 25. 22 is the next one. So the last shade in the palette, that's what we're going to do. And we're going to do that on our outer edge. And then we're going to, ooh, that is really nice and dark. Wow. There we go. Look at that. Wowza. So I might do a more rounded look today. Maybe we can do something like winged, rounded, rounded if I do another look. Let's see. So we've placed it there, and then I'm going to take a soft brush, floofy brush here, and I'm just going to blend a little bit. And then if we have to, we can always intensify. I just want to kind of, don't want it to look too harsh. Okay, yes, I think that's pretty even there. So let's just leave those there. And then we are going to go into shade number 3, which is that shade there. And then let's give ourselves another, I'm going to use this angly brush. Why not? It's a double-sided spectrum that I have, but I'm going to use the angly side there. So let's go again into shade 3. And then let's just pop that over there. I know there's a couple, I could have done neutral on the outer edge because that's kind of how that first row is looking, like kind of turquoise with neutral, but I'm a color gal. Maybe if I have a day where I'm just wearing makeup and not filming, maybe I will use the neutrals and I can pop in a photo at some point if I decide to do that. But I know for sure I can do 3 looks, maybe possibly a 4th as well. Let's put this palette through all of its paces. I'm really trying to work with focusing on the shape of my eye, because it's so funny. Like I said, this one is a little bit more hooded, so how this one has a nice swoop, and then here it's like ka-donk. So I'm going to take a little bit more of that darker green, and then with the lid open, kind of place so we can see where we need to take it to. There we go. And then darken it. And hopefully we are more balanced. Might need to do that just slightly at this side as well. And then we're going to clean off that fluffy brush, and then we're just going to go in the same here and just blend the edges a little bit so they can kind of blend in together. If we had a slightly paler bluish green, I would have used that to blend along the top there. Or if we had a white or a beige in here maybe, but we do not. So now I'm going to go into this second shade. So that is the more turquoisey blue. Let's get ourselves another brush here. Let's take a slightly smaller one. This is an AQA brush. It's a place where you can get all the brushes and things for like $1 or so. It's pretty cool. Or like $1.10 Canadian. I think it's like $1 US or something. But here we are. Ooh, I'm liking this color combo. There we go. And then I think for the bottom lash line, I'm just going to repeat. You know what, let's do all 3 shades. So just take a little bit of the blue along the edge. So again, that was shade 25. I think I took this one a little bit farther over, so it's matchy-matchy. And then we will use shade 3, which is the darker blue-green. Okay, and then we're going to use shade number 2 for the front part here. Just repeating what we've done. Okay, this is really nice. I likey. Alrighty, so now we're gonna play with shimmer. I didn't bring a spray, and that's okay because I felt that these went on good with a brush and really, really good with the finger. So I'm not too concerned. So I'm going to take, this is, a Suva brush, and then we're gonna go into shade number 1 there. Again, remembering that this is putty to not dig in, but this is really, really pretty. And then let's see what we got. Delicious. I like it. So yes, it goes on lightly with a brush, but that's good because then I can place it where I want to place it. I guess I could have done my base. I'm not seeing any fallout, which is lovely. Oh, that is so, look at that. So pretty and shimmery. But of course, the phalange test. Oh, and then you can really see how beautiful that is. It originally swatched beautifully too, but I like it. All right, so then we were talking about the inner corner, and I was thinking that I wanted to do, because the lightest shimmers are these kind of 3 here in the neutral, but I think I want to go this because it does have a blue but kind of purple shift, so I think that would look nice there. Well, worst case, we could always cover over top if it doesn't. Shh. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so I'm gonna go and I'm going to do my base. I think I just might put a little liner on the lash, but I'm liking how it looks. It doesn't seem like it needs a lot more. I'm going to do my base, and then let's try and see if we can use the other shade without having to fix it after. If we can be just a little bit lighter in our touch. Okay, we're back. We are gonna quickly try this palette again and see if we can have a lighter touch this time. So with the first look, we used the more corally shade. This time we're going to use the bright pink shade. And I think this shade, well, I think this one would have probably gone better with the lip choice, but that's okay. We're going to go with this. So we're just going to take my favorite little brush. We're going to this time just tap in once and give it a try. There's a cute little flower imprint on it, like a daisy. All right, so we're going to do that. And then, yeah. I can already see color coming. That was one little touch. So I'm gonna do it again. do the other side, and then we can add to it once we have it placed where I want to. I'm using a little bit of the Blend Bunny highlighter from the Knock Loose, and it is crazy shiny. She did have a good sale on it the other day. I don't know if it's still up, but if you were wanting the Knock Lucent palette, it was at a good price. I wanted to say something like 40% off, I want to say. Could be wrong. My memory's crap. I am loving this eye look. All I did was put a teeny bit of mascara on and then a little bit of blue liner closer to the lash line just to try and make it look like I got some lashes. It's too hot to wear lashes. I did, I'm going to be trying some new half lashes. I did a teeny weeny little purchase. I've been trying to find some half lashes. Cutting normal lashes don't quite work the same for me, so I'm hoping that these are going to be okay. I think I did a better job. This is a brighter color than the other one, but yes, I think this is way better and I don't need to fix it. I think I like it because I am a person that likes a little bit of blush. I don't know if you're a blush heavy person. If you are, let me know. So there we go. That is our second look. So on to the third. Okay, so we're here for look 3. We're ready primed my eyes, and today, because I decided I'm going to have time to do a fourth look, so I'm going to leave the greens to last, because you know they are always my favorite, but I think I'm going to do the purples today. I mean, that means we're going to probably ignore the blue row, but we did use this shade and this shade in a look, so I think we're okay. So that means we will have given a good chunk of these shades a try. So let's do purple. I could have maybe done an easy kind of neutral look for the neutral peeps, but I really like colors, so here we are. So I'm just going to find a cute little brush here, not my concealer brush. Okay, so we're gonna go into the darkest purple shade, so that should be shade 15 right there, and then we're gonna do that on the outer edge. Oh, that's a nice purple, very intense. The mattes are really, really good by Glamlite. I quite enjoy them. I was almost going to do a rounded look again, just for the fact that I am going out with my mother, but I thought we'll just see how this plays out. We are making pierogies today. And again, as always, I can use my sponge to change the shape of the wing a little bit on the outer edge. I just have skincare on at the moment. Okay, so that was a shade 15. So now we're going to go to shade, oh no, actually it would be shade 17, no, 10, 12. I did not go down a row, 12. And that's the next darkest purple. I'm just going to use the same brush, I think, just clean it off. And then we're going to do that as the next shade. There we go. Well, look, goes on a little bit lighter than it looks in the pan. That's why I went with this one versus the other one. And then the other one has more of a reddish purple in the pan. So thought I would leave that to the inner part because that is the more different of the purples. Okay, so I got this nicely. Oh, you have to move this one over a little more. Add a bit more purple. So now I'm going to take a fluffy brush and then we're just going to go and blend the edges a little bit, make it connect. Purples can sometimes be patchy, but these ones are really, really nice. I'm not having any problems with that. Though I will darken, because this one's nice and even. I'm just going to darken this one a little bit. When I did that little bit of extra, I don't think I did it dark enough. Okay, there we go. I think that looks pretty even, don't we think? Yeah. Okay, so now we are going to go into, and I'm going to grab a more rounded brush, a fluffier brush, and then we're going to go into shade 13, which is that brighter, pinkier purple, reddier purple. Yeah, that's nice. Though I think it's technically kind of almost darker than that middle shade, but it's such a completely different color. I think this works. And I'm using a lighter brush too. You can see how fast eye looks can go when you have an actual plan in place. And do a look that you do all the time. But again, we're just testing these shadows out to see how they work. So far from washing off, I've had no staining from the blues or the oranges and the yellows. So we'll just have to see how the purples go. Sometimes purples like pink, especially for a vegan formula, can stain a little bit. Alrighty, that is really pretty. So before we go on to the shimmers, I think I am going to do the bottom lash line. I know sometimes it's better to wait till you've got your full makeup look on, but I still have horror stories of. So there we go. So I'm going to go back to my first little brush again, and then I'm just going to repeat the colors, I think. So we're going with shade 15 first. So shade 15, 12, and then 13. Okay, there we go. I think that is super pretty. So I may still go and intensify each color just a little bit. I will be making pierogies and it's going to be a little bit warm. So let's try to give this the best life it can possibly have. Okay, I think that is how I like it. So shimmer time, and I know the last look I did not need a spray at all, but I think I'm just going to try anyways, again with the spray, kind of go back and forth with these, try all the different techniques. So we have two different purple shades in here. We have a lighter purpley purple, and and then this one, I almost was going to say this might go more with this one, but I'm thinking it's almost looking like these two. So yeah, let's put this one on the inner corner and let's just stick that one on the lid. Let's try that. See how that goes. I'm going to do, this one is super putty. Some of these ones are a little bit more putty than other ones. So maybe it's just the color for formulation. So let's see. Yeah, this one's going on super lightly. So I may need to use my phalanges. Maybe I might use that other shimmer to the front part. I think I want to try to give both shimmers a good test here. Can maybe use that neutral one in the inner corner, so that way I can say I at least use one of the neutralier shades in here. So let's pop this on our phalanges. Oh, look at that. So beautiful. There you go. Yes, that's better. And then it's a little shifty. So this one definitely, at least on the eye, well, yeah, it just seems purple to the finger, but I guess depending on what's underneath it or near it, or reflects that color. So that is super pretty, don't you think? Okay, so let's do that other shade. So let's do shade 11. So that's this one there, and then we're gonna put that one over the pinkier purple. See how that looks. Oh, that's pretty too. Yeah, these definitely work better with the finger. They do okay with the brush, but to get the impact that you want, I feel that that does that. That's really nice. I like that. Okay, so yes, so let's, for the inner corner of our eye, let's play with shade number 4, and that's kind of this champagne-y neutral. Let's see how that looks. And again, we could always change our mind if we want and put something else, but let's just try them. No, that's good, right? Just adds a little bit of shimmer. I wish it was a smidge lighter, but and at least we can say we tried one of the more neutrally one of the few neutrally shades in this palette. Okay, so I'm gonna go finish the rest of my face. We can have a final look at what it all looks like, and then do look number 4. Okay, back. And there we go, we are done. I just went and made the wing a little bit smaller and liftier, just to kind of give my eyes a little bit of lift, and I really like that with this look. So it's not super winged out as I normally do, but I think this is really cute. Then I just added a little bit of liner along the edges, because again, it makes me look like I have a few eyelashes, and then some Colored Rain neutral lipstick and my base. So there we go. That is look number 3, and on to look number 4. Okay, here we are for the 4th and final look with the Scooby Doo Glamlite 25 shade palette. And today we are going to be playing with the greens. Just a warning, because you can see it a little bit, even though I have a white eye primer on, the purples did stain a little bit. It took my regular double cleanse, and there was still a little bit left on there, so I would say probably 3 cleanses, and I got most of it off, but I can still see a tinge through the white. So just kind of buyer beware. I've decided that we're going to go against the theme of winged round, and I'm going to do, I think, another winged look, and I want to do one that's a little bit more longer. So I might have to stick this into my hair, because I measure these tapes by the name Sephora, the store. So usually one does it, but I think I want to see if I can do something a little bit more extreme today. And then, yeah, I might as well do the other side while I'm here, and then we can go on and slap some green eyeshadow on our eye. Make sure these are looking like that they're going to be pretty even. This one eye is a little bit wonkier than the other. Okay, so we are going to go into shade number 10, which is the darkest green in the palette, and we're going to start with that one. I'm going to find myself, yeah, I'm going to do like kind of a thin angled brush here, just to see if I can draw the line how I want it. Just kind of lay it out a little bit to get the shape. Even though I'm going out to do a few errands today, I don't mind if I have a slightly crazier eye look. So I'm just going to build a wing with the dark green here. Might want to do like a layered wing where I can do it with several colors. Maybe. Okay, so I got kind of laid out, but I'm going to place another color for this portion. So I'm going to leave this a dark portion. I didn't bring the picture with me, but I'm going to try and see if I can loosely base on a picture. And if I remembered it right, I will post the picture up. If I didn't remember it right, you won't see a photo in editing because my memory is pretty bad, but I think that's looking pretty similar there. So do we think that matches up? I think that does look pretty good. All right, so that's the dark green. So we're doing almost, I guess, almost like a liner, doing it really close to the lash line, but winged out, so we don't have to use a black liner. We can stick all with the greens. There we go, just try to get that really close to the lash line. Okay, so the next darkest shade, I'm gonna pick a slightly bigger brush. We are gonna go into this shade here, so that would be shade number 9. That one's going on a little bit lighter than I hoped it would, but we're definitely gonna see a color variation. It is super hot in here. I only have one little light to kind of stop a teeny bit of shadow. There's still a little bit, but I just couldn't be under 2 sets of lights today. And then my air conditioner that's in the living room is super loud, so I don't think you'd be able to hear me speak, because unless I'm angry, I'm generally soft-spoken, so I usually have to kind of increase the volume on my videos. Do let me know if I am speaking too quiet for you, because I try, but sometimes I just get so concentrated that I think my voice just gets lower. Okay, Okay, I think that's working all right. Might end up intensifying just a little bit more on the other one later, but I think I like how that is going. So let's see if we can match it up on the other side. I think that's looking almost the same. I think I just need to cut across there a little bit because this is the more droopy eye. I'm gonna use that thin brush again to try and clean it up so it looks smooth. Okay, I think that is smooth as I'm going to get on these old lady eyes. I try. Okay, and then I'm just going to intensify there. It's on screen, it's looking patchy. It looks okay in the mirror, but I want it to look good on the video too. Patchy, shearer, that's a better word. Okay, so there we go. Now I'm going to go back again and intensify the darkest shade, so back into shade 10. It doesn't show too much of a definition. I should have maybe put the lighter in between. Okay, so there's that. So then I'm going to go into shade 7, which is the lightest green. If I was smart, I would have my clean brushes and then have a bowl where I put in the ones that I've used instead of putting them back in. I think I'm going to do that the next time around. Okay, so now I'm going to put a little bit more of that other green. So shade 9, just on the lid or my crease. Okay. All right, let's see how we're looking here. You can see a division of the 3 colors. Excellent, and I think those are pretty matchy-matchy. Hey, look at me go. Okay, so we're finished with that. So for the bottom lash line, let's go and, yeah, let's just repeat the same 3 colors. So shades 10, 9, and 7. For inner corner, so I think I want to do that first. Yeah, so let's just go with the lightest shade. So I'm going to do that for inner corner, and then I think I'm going to line that around the top edge as well. That's a beautiful shade. Yeah, and then I'm going to bring it along the outer edge, I think. And try and spray it a little bit just so I don't have it fall everywhere. That looks nice. I'm going to take that other brush again, the one that was kind of like that, the angled, and I'm going to do that. Might go just a little bit faster. All right, sorry that this one is a little less chatty. This one needs just a little bit more concentration for me. I think that's looking super nice. I'm going to do one more go around on the edge. It goes nice, easy up front, but for some reason it's a little bit, yeah, I just needed to be a bit more firmer. I think I was just being too delicate there, and then so it wasn't pushing down enough for it to stick. There we go. So now we want to use the other shimmer that's in there, and that is the darker one. So that is shade number 8, and I think I'm going to do that between the darkest and the mid-tone. Ooh, this one is super puttier. So shade 6 was a little bit more crumblier. So I was picking up, after the first couple swipes, I was picking up kind of kick up. This one is another one that's the super putty formula again. So it just feels like there's some different formulas in here, but yeah, it's definitely a dark green, but it just kind of shimmers between the two. I think that might be nice. If not, I might just do the whole bottom in it. Yeah, I'm not really seeing it. I think it's a little bit, I think these are too dark to have it show as something different. So I think I'm just going to pack on some of that shimmer with my finger, I think so. Ooh, that is gorgeous. So let's just pop that on. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay, so now that I got that on there, I'm gonna go with the light pencil again, and then I'm gonna go back into shade 10, and then I'm gonna go along the lash line again, over the sprinkles, or shimmer sprinkles. I'm hilarious. Am I dreaming of cupcakes with sprinkles? Possibly. There we we go. I think that's pretty. What do we think? Yeah, it's not like the look. I think I needed some another, like some yellows or something in between to redo that look that I wanted to do. So I'll save that for another time. But I think that looks really nice. So I'm just going to do the rest of my face and then we can come back and have final thoughts on this. And we're back. Here is our final look. All I did was my base, put on a little Fenty blush and a little Fenty lip stunner paint on, put a little green eyeliner on, my favorite one from Lethal Cosmetics. She's getting dry. I mean, a Panda, it's got a big hole in there, but keep trying to use it because it's my favorite. And there we go. And of course, a little bit of mascara. But that's our fourth and final look, playing with the Scooby Doo 24 color palette from Glamlite. I really enjoyed this palette. It is really, really good. I think I enjoyed all the looks I did. The first one I wasn't sure of, but as I was wearing it through the day, I ended up really, really liking that look. I love my purple from yesterday. I love, love, love that one. And of course, I always love a green look. So I quite enjoyed this palette. The only shades we didn't use in here were these two, I believe. I didn't use the red. But I think I've used, oh, and then I didn't use that shade, but I think every other shade we gave it a go. So, there we go. I think this is the last of all the Scooby Doo. Oh, and then we did use the blush. Hold on one second. And then we used this blush as well for the first two looks. And we'll just have a refresher here. And that was that there too. Again, gentle, gentle, gentle hand, but beautifufully pigmented. So this is good for if you're super, super pale like me, gentle, gentle hand. If you're darker skinned, you can probably just go on like normal and it will be absolutely beautiful. I loved it. So that was another loan from Martha for me to play with some more Glamlite. One day there will be some in my own collection. But yeah, I've enjoyed everything I've played with so far. Great quality, great brand, and great friends. And yeah, so that's it. If you'd like to give us a like, comment, and subscribe, maybe even hit that notification bell, it'd be greatly appreciated. If not, that's okay. We can do all things Scooby Doo. As always, behave, make good choices, and we will talk to you soon. Okay, bye-bye.